Hi, I'm Clint. I'm Gavin Cash, and I'm playing Clint Brazos, the scion of the Morrigan.
Hello, I'm Gary, and I'll be playing Oliver Bright, scion of Ogma.
Hello, my name is Sticker, and I'll be playing Coda Massaquoi, the scion of Bastet.
Hi, I'm Termite, and I'll be playing Gwen Chambers, the rogue scion of Hell.
And I'm Bloodied Porcelain. I'll be your storyteller for the evening. Good evening, players.
Hello.
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 It's been a while.
It has.
Well, a lot has happened since we started our little adventure, so I will do a quick recap of the last 2 seasons. I promise I'll give the broad strokes, folks. We won't be here for forever while I recount every little bit. And then we will get back to where we were. In season 1, a group of disparate mortals went on about their daily lives in Baltimore when strange things began to happen. Mist began to roll in through the city. The sound of distant howls shook the walls of surrounding buildings. And then all hell broke loose. Wolves the size of cars, some as big as semi-trucks, began to break down the walls of buildings, began to hunt for these disparate people. In the middle of the chaos, Oliver Bright, Coda Massaquoi, and 3 others were confronted by these wolves looking to kill them, to take their hearts in order to strengthen themselves. And in the middle of it all, something strange happened. Their bodies burned. Their minds suddenly felt somehow sharper, but also completely overwhelmed. And they suddenly found themselves physically able to do things that, well, normal people just couldn't do. Able to jump over vehicles, jump onto overpasses, run faster than cars should be able to move. And they ran and they struggled, and despite their best efforts, were unable to save one of their own number. And they watched as Teddy, a single father, was taken from them right in front of their eyes. Eventually, they were picked up by other people who told them that they were scions, the children of gods, imbued with divine ichor and the magic that it possesses. For some, it makes them faster, stronger, tougher. For some, it makes them more socially adroit. And for some, it enhances their already considerable intellect. But for all of them, it means one thing. Life will never be the same. They will never be truly safe. Finding themselves caught up in the machinations of another scion whose father never visited him. They were hunted. They were hunted by these same wolves, and a scion who should have been a child of Loki, named Stefan Vargar. Unfortunately for Stefan, Loki's been missing for quite a while and never showed up for his visitation, while the others were all received their own. Oliver found out that he was a scion of Ogma. Coda found out that she was a scion of Bastet. Their friend Chris, a scion of Artemis, was originally born to Loki, but adopted. And their friend Sarah was a scion of Vidar. In the time since then, they decided to redeem Stefan Varger, to argue his case before the gods that the way things turned out were awful, and he is certainly guilty of a great many things, but perhaps killing him was a step too far. Perhaps he was redeemable, savable, able to be brought over to fight for the good guys. In the end, they convinced the Council of Gods by one vote. A god of luck flipped a coin, and it fell in Stefan Varger's favor. As part of their deal to secure his life and his eventual freedom, they agreed that they would perform a series of labors, one for each of the pantheons. And at the end of it, he would be released into their care and custody to become a part of their band. But until then, he would be the guest of the very same pantheon he did the most damage to, the Aesir. Last season, they completed a number of labors. All but 3 were basically done, though 2 still have yet to be turned in. And at the end of the season, we left off with them arriving in Guinea, the Loa underworld. After being driven off of a short pier in a van that looked like it probably wouldn't make it more than a few blocks down the road, let alone survive the tides and the whirlpools that they found themselves driving around and then into. And that's where we pick up. To remind people what Guinea looks like. To get here, you had to drive this, or Shango had to drive this van that is normally used to sell shrimp and crawfish out of. You had to drive through the side of a giant whirling vortex of water. But when you did, you found yourselves able to come up on an island that seems to be beneath the waves. What feels like air around you and is working for you, you know has to be water, because when you look above you, there are brightly colored fish flying or swimming as if they were birds above your head. This looks like a tropical paradise. There are beautifully colored, extravagantly finned fish that move like air. The plants sway almost as if they're underwater in a constant current. They bear strange fruit and berries that most of which you have never seen before. You know that this looks and feels like an island. You know that if you look inland enough, you can see at the top of a tall hill that seems to be almost the center of the island itself, there is what looks to be a massive grand plantation-style building. The windows are tall and brightly lit. And you can hear, even from all the way out here, that there is music playing inside. And occasionally you get the glimpse of people who are clearly not alive. Specters, almost. You've seen your friend Teddy, what he looked like after he was dead. These look somewhat like him. They occasionally drift along the beach to find themselves a path and then turn inland up towards the mansion. You have been told that this is the celebration of Fete Ghede, and during this time, not only will the Loa, but nearly all of their scions and a number of their ancestral dead will be in attendance at the Baron's mansion at the center of the island. This is a lot of legend in one place. A great number of important beings are all congregated here. And they are celebrating one of the most important holidays of their pantheon. But with everything that is going on in the world, they are aware that this makes them a target. Normally, Shango's children and a number of others would be left to stand watch. But as you owe the Loa a labor anyway, they have left it to you. You are here to defend them, defend the home. You have been warned that the dark, dark waters that extend out, that seem like the actual waters of a beach, beyond the edge of the sand, you have been warned that they are full of dark and terrifying things. Things that not too long ago weren't here, weren't something that they had to worry about, weren't something that Agwe, their god of the ocean, their Loa of the ocean, had to defend against. But since what happened in the underworld happened and the Titans began to break free, things have become far more dangerous. And now you stand here on the beach. There is a picnic table nearby. It is laden with food and drink, no alcohol. But sweet tea and any number of different fruit drinks. And food. And you know that you have 24 hours before Fete Ghede is over. You have a little bit of time to eat and rest. But it won't be long before the celebration officially begins and people begin to appear. Their scions and the other gods beyond just the Baron and his wife and Shango begin to roll in. So what would you like to do with the little bit of time that you have?
Well, I suppose I'll get you started on eating and drinking. Gotta fuel up before we have any sort of fight happen.
I'm mostly pacing.
Yeah, and Coda, it's right now it looks like it's nighttime, or does it seem like there's something similar to a moon or a sun or something like that out?
You could see a single kind of bright light in what would be the air to you, but it is hard to tell if it is light or dark. What you do know is that you are not in the mortal world anymore, and no world that you have been to outside of the mortal world has had time pass in quite the same way.
Interesting. Okay, well, I think Coda right now is just walking around to see just general areas that that's maybe out of our usual what's the word you would call line of sight, I guess, because she's like, where are we gonna set up to appropriately do this protection situation. So I think that's what she's doing.
Are you... So you are on an island. Is your plan to walk the entirety of the island? Or are you just looking for a good spot where you are, or...
So just where we are right now, because I think she'll fully walk the island once the group, she's with the group. But right now, she's just kind of like, all right, we just have to get this done, and then I have some other things I need to get done. So she's just kind of hands in pocket, walking and looking around.
Okay. From what you know, and from what you can see where you are right now, there are a number of places. The problem is that with you being on an island and knowing that the bad things could come from any direction, it's hard to know where the best places to set up are.
Yeah.
For you probably want a place that'll give you a good line of sight, but also wouldn't be too far away because you are an up close and personal fighter.
Yeah.
And you've got decent decks as well.
Yeah. Okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so it's hard to know exactly where. I would say that there are probably a couple of outcroppings of rocks that you could probably stand on that would give you a little bit more, a higher vantage point, but aren't too far away.
Yeah, I like that.
You just run into the issue of get too far and they show up first. It's going to take you a minute to get there.
Okay. And we're on beach sand.
I did double check that you don't have lightning sprinter, and you don't.
I do not.
Yeah. It is beach sand. But
gosh.
it's less like a normal beach. It's like silt.
Okay. So that's runnable. We're not doing beach volleyball. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Since we're on a beach, is there a wayward stick or something I can find off to the side somewhere?
There are a number of pieces of driftwood, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, just something long and thin that I can use to draw in the sand with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll find one of those and just kind of go back up to the group. All right, so here's what I'm thinking as I sort of begin to doodle in the sand with my stick. We'll have two teams, or well, I guess two people, walking along the beach as they sort of patrol, each going from one end to the other and then back so that they'll cross each other's paths before turning around going back in. The third person will be sort of on lookout / resting, depending on what time of day it is and how long we've been going for. And then as people get tired, we'll rotate out and just be able to generally cover as much ground as possible to keep an eye on things. How's that sound?
I mean, it sounds pretty good, but if two people are walking at once, won't two of them get tired and want to take a break at the same time?
We could stagger. We could stagger our, what are they called? Stakeout shifts? Well, we're not staking out because we're watching the place. So we could just stagger our shifts. Well, I mean, which one of you stay up the latest? I don't know.
I mean, I
think
could.
If we do a solid rotation, it'll help. So, for instance, the person who's on watch rather than the one that's on the two that are on patrol, we'll have them start out first, and then have one person do their own patrol for a little bit on their own before having the second person on patrol start up. That way they'll be a little bit fresher. So that once we rotate, it'll more or less stay even with everyone being as rested as they can be. And then as it begins to get later and we actually need sleep, the person who's on watch will rest more heavily then. And that'll put a little bit more stress on the two patrollers, but that's what we'll have to do to make sure no one begins to slack due to tiredness.
Oliver.
Yes?
Will you please make me an intelligence and occult roll, please?
Intelligence and occult. I can do that. Oh boy. That's 6 total.
All right. Here's some things I want to point out to you. And you as Oliver would know, number one, you've seen Clint complete feats of like physical stamina and toughness that put the rest of you to shame. Out of character, that basically I'm saying he's got a lot of dots and epic stamina.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that tends to imply that he can't go like indefinitely without sleep, but he's gonna last a lot longer than either of you. Without it being a hindrance to him.
Yeah.
You also have a dot of epic stamina, so you have also found since becoming a scion that you are able to kind of go without sleep a little bit longer than most people. And take more damage than like the average person can. Coda is solid but does not have quite the same hardiness. We'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
So while sleeping in shifts is absolutely a valid thing and probably something you should try to do anyway, just to conserve what you can. If it comes down to it, you know that Clint could probably go 24 hours plus without an issue.
Clint smiles up from his plate of food.
You could probably also hang, not for a full 24 hours, but longer than you used to be able to.
Okay. In that case, I'll kind of stand there, put like a hand on my chin for a second as I think, and then begin to like make revisions in my sand. Okay, upon further reflection, what I think we can do is stagger things out more based off of our psionic capabilities. Coda, you're pretty fast, but not as durable as Clint and maybe even myself. So I think we'll have you start out first so you can cover more ground and rotate more often. Clint, if you're all right with it, I think you could potentially handle the full 24 hours without having to begin running on empty. So if you don't mind, would you be okay with patrolling for the full duration?
Yeah, I don't mind, as long as I can come by and swing for some food again here or there.
Oh, of course. And occasionally I might have you switch patrol patterns with the other person who will be patrolling. That'll likely be me more often, since I think I could also last for a while. I tend to use that for late night studying, but I think it'll work in this scenario as well.
All right. Do we need like a book or something for you for when you're taking a rest, or you got it covered?
I'll be all right.
Okay.
I'm not sure. This Coda will look up at the sky and go, I'm not really sure if my scouting thing would work, but I might test it out. Because, when I look at the moon, I can tell, like, how much is around me and stuff. So I'm going to see if I could test it out here. But if not, we definitely need a way to, one, communicate with each other if we do run into anything. And two, I don't know, keep an eye out on the area, which I guess that's where our patrols will be coming into hand.
Right.
But at the very least, we need a way to contact each other.
That's a good point. Do our phones work down here?
What a great question.
They
we
do.
got the special ones, the ones that
You
work.
do have special phones, and they do, in fact, work here.
I love these phones.
Right. In the event we need to contact each other, just have each other's numbers on speed dial. We'll do a group call if needed. Do check and see if your abilities work. That would be very helpful if they could. We would get much more coverage that way.
Mm-hmm.
But good points.
Amazing.
I mean, if we got the phones and we can just have them going, do we want to listen to something while we're all doing this?
Normally, I'd say yes, but I think it's pretty crucial we avoid any distractions while we're on the job here.
I understand. I get it.
Yeah, maybe later. And I mean, we have the music from the party, so you can just vibe to that in the distance.
Yeah, it's true.
Coda will try to do the smoking mirror thing. Oh wait, no. Yeah, it's called smoking mirror. There we go.
Is there a role associated with that?
No, I just spend legend equal to, I just had to spend a legend. And I could see a radius in miles equal to my legend, like my rank of legend. Yeah.
Okay.
But it does say by looking at the moon, so that's the only thing that I'm like,
Could you just roll me roll me legend.
You got it, Captain.
Not legend points, just legend.
Not legend points, just legend. Okay. So we're legend. Yikes. 1.
Okay. You reach your senses out, looking up at this light in the distance, trying to focus your intent on it, to project your senses towards it, in hopes that it will reflect them back down on what is around you. And for a moment, you get a flickering, kind of hazy image of... Trying to think of how to describe this. Of it's almost like, have you seen videos online of people who have like underwater cameras? And it's that moment where the camera is kind of passing beneath the edge of the water as waves are coming in.
Yes, sirree.
So it's just sort of like this hazy mess.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what you get. You can see vague outlines in the water around you. But you can tell that you are trying to project your senses to something that is kind of above, but also not a part of this world. And it is making it very difficult for you to get a good grasp on where you are. Your senses feel awkward.
Yeah, she'll blink her eyes and rub them a little bit and go, ugh. Wait, so when I look through, I could see vague outlines, but it's still just like really blurry.
They're dark and it's blurry.
Okay.
If you could make me an intelligence and academics roll, I could see if maybe you could kind of narrow some of those down.
Wait, before she does that.
Okay.
I have a thing, my birthright.
I have a thing. All right.
Pausing.
I can spend a single willpower to convey my radiant epic intelligence worth for dice, so I can give her extra dice for this. So I will do that. I'll spend willpower, and Coda, you get an additional 3 dice on this roll.
Excellent.
Nice.
Oh, sick. Thanks, Mr. B.
What I do?
Well done. So that's 3 successes.
3. And you said wits, correct?
Intelligence
Intelligence.
and
Okay.
academics.
Okay, so I do not have any bing bongs. What are they called? Epic points.
Okay. That's all right. 3 is pretty good. At least one of the things that you saw, it's hard to be sure because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you, but at least one of the things you saw, you're pretty sure was a ship. Like an old school 3-masted, like large ship.
Okay.
But that doesn't make any sense because it was underwater and it was moving.
It was a ship underwater moving. Okay. And if it doesn't make sense, it either belongs or it doesn't. Cool. So she'll just kind of go, okay. And I guess fill in the others about how blurry her vision is.
Do you mention the ship?
Yes, I do mention the ship.
Was it moving towards us?
Was it moving towards us?
Hard to tell. You aren't entirely sure where the island is compared to where you were looking from, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not too sure. Since the vision's kind of blurry, I'm not really sure based upon where we were.
Your sense of direction and stuff was all thrown off.
Yeah.
So I suppose that means you wouldn't be able to tell which direction from the island it would be either.
No, sorry.
Okay. No, that's all right. Clint.
Yep.
Could you also have Ian keep a sort of patrol around the island, since he'll be able to have a aerial view and let us know if he spots anything peculiar?
Yeah, for sure. Ian, stop with the siege. Come here.
Yeah. What's up?
I got a job for you, all right, little guy?
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to go up there and fly around and keep an eye on things. You can keep coming down and keep eating here and there if you need to. I don't mind. Just let me know when you do. But I need you to keep a lookout because there might be some bad things coming.
How do I know what's bad and what's not?
If it ain't one of the folks at the party coming down, and if it's coming out of the water towards us, that's probably a bad thing that you should let us know about.
All right. He sort of ruffles his feathers and he looks a little puffed out for a moment and then flaps his wings. And you can see that it feels a little weird for him trying to fly in what he logically understands as water, but doesn't necessarily feel like water. And then eventually hops off your shoulder and takes off.
Thank you, buddy. Clint will wave at his friend and then turn back to his food. All right, got that taken care of.
All right. Good. Coda, do you think that when you use that ability, if you somehow strained more or got luckier, that the image would be more clear?
You are reasonably certain that if you got luckier, yes.
Do you think maybe a pair of glasses would help?
You don't think it is a problem with your eyesight. It is that you know that it is because you were trying to use a power that wouldn't normally apply here. Like you were certainly having to really focus a lot harder than you normally.
Thank you, Clint. I don't think it's glasses. I think it's more so going through the underwater, different view, different planes situation. Because normally I'm talking to the moon, but the moon's not here. However, I think if I was able to focus just a little bit more, I'd be able to. She says to Mr. B.
All right. If you feel as if you need to try again, let me know and I can give you a sort of boost in the fate department and hopefully make things a bit easier for you.
Okay. The party hasn't officially or the part that we need to really be like concerned about hasn't started just yet, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I think she'll go. I think I'll ask maybe a little bit closer to when this shindig kicks off.
Of course. Just whenever you feel the need to use it, let me know and I'll come running.
Got it. What food do they have? She will also look for food /
the food on the table is it's a seafood boil. So there's crawfish and crab and oyster and shrimp and they've got like andouille sausage and corn and there's all kinds of stuff.
Ooh. Coda is like, man.
Yeah, Pele is sitting over on the table and has clearly gotten into at least a handful of the things there because he is chowing down on what looks to be a crawfish at the moment.
Amazing. She'll take a plate for herself as well and then ask Oliver if he wanted anything. But she's going to eat, but is also, thinking about what they have coming up for today.
I'll have something later. Thank you, though.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do in preparation, or shall we skip ahead a little bit?
Not necessarily preparation, but what is Brahm doing?
Brahm is on the sand under the table, and occasionally Pele knocks food off of the table for him. And he chomps it down, like shell and all.
That's all right. Just making sure he is doing his thing. He's all right.
Yeah, I don't think anything else for preparation on my end.
Clint?
Nope, I'm just going to start using my toothpick and get some of the shell out from between my teeth.
Okay. Very cool. Not sure why Clint is chomping on shells, but that's fine, I guess.
Sometimes you got to crack them open. Easier than using the little fiddly
Look
metal
at Clint
thing.
use his teeth and like look to the
Dude,
table
you
where they
have
have like a cracker.
You have epic strength and epic stamina. You could just do it with your hand.
Yeah, but it gets my hands dirty.
Oh my god.
You
Okay,
bite off
whatever.
it, the juice goes
Never
into your
mind,
mouth.
never
You're all
mind, never
set. It's fine.
Oh my god. Okay. As time goes on, something you guys begin to notice is that occasional ghostly figure that you would see passing along the beach becomes more and more frequent. Eventually there is just a stream of these figures. They seem kind of vaguely unaware of you. One thing, can I get everybody to give me perception and awareness, please?
Dang, you said it.
I did.
It's my favorite.
Oliver Bright.
Oh my gosh, I got 3.
What? Oh, on 3 dice? Really?
Ooh,
Yeah, 1 to 10.
That's
I got
awesome.
3 as well.
1, 2,
Coda,
3,
Coda,
4,
Coda. 5. Do you have any
And-
epics?
Yeah, 2, 5, 6, 7.
Damn. Okay. So all of you clock that there are just a large number, and you're not entirely sure where they're all coming from. It looks like some of them are coming from like out of the trees. Some of them just further along the beaches. And you all notice that they kind of seem vaguely unaware of you or anything, really. They just sort of drift along. What Coda clocks more than anyone else is that no matter who she looks at, they are all keeping the greatest distance from the edge of the liquid that makes up the beach as possible. Like there is something that inborn in them that keeps them away from the water.
Uh-huh. Coda will point this out to the group. She'll munch it on a shrimp and go, they're all making sure to stay away from the water, so I guess if we see anything in the water coming towards us, it's not from the company that's supposed to be here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was telling Ian too.
Okay.
Right. Good. So if he tells us he saw something coming out of the water, then we ought to head that way.
Yeah, so maybe we should be a little concerned about that ship that I saw then. Maybe.
As you are standing there and talking about this, Coda, with that 7 successes, you look towards the liquid and you actually do see movement. There is a single light about 5-6 feet above the water, and it looks like it is almost hovering above what looks like a rowboat. That is pushing towards the edge of that pushing towards the beach. And there are a number of figures in it. They all look solid, though.
Y'all, straight ahead.
What is it?
It's coming out of the water, so I don't think it's friends. Maybe.
Well,
All right.
It's coming. It's on the water.
on the water.
The boat is moving on the. on the liquid, I should say.
I see. On the liquid.
And as it gets closer, you see that there are 4 people sitting on benches in this rowboat, and then there is a 5th person who is standing at the front of it, who is wearing a almost like a stereotypical like fisherman's outfit. He's got the kind of like tan vest. It's covered in hooks and lures and things like that. He's got a hat on. He is a clearly African American man with a big white beard. Well, I say big. It's a white beard that is trimmed very close to his face. And the people in the boat are there is a young woman with pale skin and long white hair who is wearing this. The best way I can describe it is kind of like if goth and like a gentleman thief had like a baby. She's wearing a very like high class looking but somewhat dated outfit, but it is gothed up. There is a young man in a a tank top and shorts, who is has very like dark rich brown skin, and is built like a refrigerator. He's just a big dude. A younger man with kind of very thick Coke bottle glasses, and honestly looks like he and Oliver cut from the same cloth almost. He's not wearing tweed, but he is wearing probably a much more like a buttoned up almost suit look. And another young woman with braids. And oh goodness, she's wearing like jeans and a very closely cropped oh goodness, what's the word I'm looking for? Like tube top.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And the boat comes up on the shore, beaches very easily.
Let's go say hi.
Yeah, we should probably look into that.
Yeah.
And as the old man steps off the boat, the man who's built like a fridge kind of jumps out first and reaches over and starts to help the women out. And they all kind of turn and look at you.
I'll lead the approach up to them, kind of raise a hand as I walk up. Hello.
Evening, comes the voice from the old man.
We've been tasked to stand watch for the libations, and I'm assuming you're here for that. And as I'm talking, I'm going to use Brehon's eye to get a read on these guys if I can.
Okay, remind me what that tells you.
So I'm going to do a roll, and for each success, I get to read a person's Enek, quote unquote, meaning from highest legend score to lowest legend score. I get to know the person's highest virtue, lowest virtue, and their nature.
Okay.
So let's see here. All right, 6 dice. That is 2.
So you get to know 2 different peoples?
Yes, starting with the whoever has the highest legend score, and then the next one, and then yeah.
All right. Well, the highest legend score is the old man. he burns like a sun. The only people who have ever been quite so intense and in putting that kind of legend off in front of you, pretty safe to assume that that's what he is.
Out there for a second, did you say a god?
Yes, he is a god.
Okay, that's what I figured, but
beside him, the most powerful is the pale young woman in the kind of Victorian goth-esque outfit, who is currently folding up a lace parasol.
right.
Having looked above her and realized that there isn't really a sun that she needs to contend with, she puts it away.
Gotcha.
In terms of, what was the other stuff? Their virtues?
Their highest virtue, their lowest virtue, and their nature.
Okay. Give me one moment. I wasn't planning to have to answer all of this. Do.
Oliver has some cool stuff.
He does.
Fennec is a very cool little tree.
Uh-huh.
You can tell that both of them have their highest is piety. And their lowest... Sorry, guys.
No worries. I did this.
You did this to me.
I did this. This is my fault.
Her lowest is order. And his lowest is harmony.
Alrighty.
Was there anything else?
I also get their natures, but I won't make you sift through it if you don't want to. I got what I needed.
I mean, he's a god. His nature is hard to pin down, being what he is. Hers is gambler.
All right, and just I'm fairly certain I don't need to ask this question anymore. But both of these, or all four of these virtues, are ones I am familiar with being amongst the quote unquote like loyal scions.
Yes.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I'll just do that really quick and then continue the conversation as if nothing happened.
The old man kind of turns to you. I know who you are. You're here to do my job for a day.
That we are.
And he kind of puts his hand out. Coda first. Agwe. Low of the ocean.
Oh. She'll take his hand and shake it like as strongly as she can and go, "Pleasure to meet you. Coda Massaquoi, scion of Bastet. So you must all be the ones who get to actually take a break this year."
These are among some of them.
Well, cool.
He points to the African American woman. This is my notes. Where are my notes? I'm sorry. This is Orly. And he points to the white girl. And she kind of smiles and puts out her own hand.
I take it and I shake it.
Charlotte, nice to meet you.
When she holds it out, is it like normal holding it out, or is it like
Oh yeah, no, she holds it
the
up to
palm
shake.
facing down? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, she'll shake her hand and go, Coda, Massaquoi. Scion of
Nice.
Estet.
Nice to meet you. This is my brother, Bastien, and she points to the man who is built like a fridge. And the awkward one is Claude. And Claude just sort of pushes up his glasses and gives a little
No.
little wave.
She'll wave. Nod to what was his name?
Bastien?
Bastiet. And then she'll look to the group and go, this is, well, I mean, they can introduce themselves, right?
Yeah, hi y'all. I'm Clint Brazos. I'm a scion of the Morrigan. It's nice to meet y'all, and I'm happy to be helping out and making sure y'all get to relax for once.
Oliver Brights, Scion of Ogma.
Nice to meet you. Bastien and I are the Baron children. Claude is a scion of Ogul, and she's a scion of Azuli. And normally we would come the old-fashioned way, pop in at Papa's house, but with everything going on, and Agwe sort of sighs a little bit. Security has been strengthened, he fills in.
That's why we're here.
I think what he means to say is we can't just pop in whenever we want like we normally could.
Oh, was it a long trip?
No. Most of us spend most of our time around New Orleans anyway. But, well, Bastien and I had this job last year, so I hope you all have fun.
I mean, while you're here, do you got any sort of advice for us?
Mind the tentacles?
Okay, I'm a little concerned by that, but surely it'll be fine.
Bastien sort of laughs. My sister has a way with words. Don't get in the water if you don't have to. And don't try not to get hit if the tentacles do show up.
All right, I think we can manage with that.
Question. So, and this is Coda saying this, not me. So let's say something did show up today. If we knock them into the water, would that affect this creature that's in the water at all? Would it be beneficial if we just feed the entity that's in there with the troublemakers?
It don't work like that, unfortunately. The tentacles are the entity, but they can get frisky sometimes, like to try and grab you right off the beach if they get a wild hair.
Ah. Okay. All right. So then, mind the tentacles.
Seems easy enough, don't it?
Sure, honey. It's easy. Well, we better get up towards the house. Papa don't mind we late, but my mom Brigitte, she gets touchy.
Yeah. Y'all go on, enjoy your party. We'll be here if y'all need us.
Oh, if you can stop them, don't let the spirits get too close to the water if they start coming down here. We'll do our best to keep them up there, but some might lag behind.
Okay.
Noted.
Agwe sort of nods a little bit. I'm leaving my boat here, but it gets messed up. It's fine. I'll make another one.
Understood.
And he kind of gives a wave. Claude gives a little awkward finger wiggle at Coda. And a nod of Oliver. It is one of those I understand you kind of nods of respect, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'll
like
give one back.
you are the only person here that seems like he would be even vaguely comfortable around, even when standing next to his family.
Give like a solitary nod back.
And then they all sort of make their way up up along these silt beaches towards the tree line. Over the intervening time, there's a couple other boats that show up like that. Agwe somehow manages to be on all of them. To help Scions along. He hops off the boat. Eventually, the boat sort of fades from existence in front of you, and then he shows back up on it again with more people. You do not have to greet. After the second or third time it happens, like, okay, so this is just a process we're gonna go through. But eventually, you stop seeing living people, other Scions or otherwise, show up, and the boat is finally stationary. It doesn't fade away.
You know, if Agwe had our number, he could just let us know when he's showing up, and we wouldn't have to be surprised each time.
We don't need his number, Clint.
Come on, we could use it.
We could see after all of this.
As I was going to say, once we're done doing our job, if you see him, feel free to ask.
All right. I'll do that.
All right. After some time, you all have eaten your fill, had plenty of sweet tea, which never seems to run out, no matter how much you drink. Brahm has dug himself a little, like, hidey hole under the table. It's almost like he has made himself his own private little cave in the sand. And all you guys see is, like, his head sticking up out of the sand as he snoozes from his very full belly. Pele kind of wanders off every so often and then comes back, and then wanders off every so often and then comes back. Every time he comes back, he eats a little bit more, but never too much. And eventually, you guys can feel when the air around you starts to shift, when there is something about the atmosphere of this place that somehow becomes lighter, but also fuller. You can feel the good vibes from the big house in the center of the island. The music gets louder. You can hear cheers and singing and the sounds of a party happening in the distance. But even as that happens, you feel the tension where you are rising. While the center of the island seems to be louder, somehow it feels almost quieter where you are. It's like the contrast has almost made you feel like you are standing outside in the moments before a hurricane begins to roll in. Oh, go ahead.
Y'all think maybe we should just go to the party and relax for a minute?
No.
Okay.
Not in the slightest.
All right.
Get to your patrols.
All right, okay.
I would like everybody to roll me perception awareness.
Perception and awareness.
1.
Ooh, 4.
Something. Okay. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Can I do a reroll?
We don't reroll, Bip.
I thought you could spend a legend point to reroll.
Oh yes, no, you are right. Yes, you can.
I was
for
like, wait, what?
I was like,
Yes,
what would you do with
yes,
the best use?
You absolutely can. Sorry. It's been a hot minute.
It has.
I forget. Does it reroll the whole thing or just the failed ones? I forget.
I think it's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Okay. VTM. Okay.
Much better.
Yeah.
That
1,
is much better.
2, 3, and then I have 2, 3, 4, 5.
So we have a 4, a 5, and a 1. Okay. Oliver, as per usual, you don't get much. You see occasionally a shadow swim by in the water in the distance that that very, very deep, dark, almost inky black is just something in there is just dark or just big enough that you see it, but it's gone before you can really figure out what.
I'm going to ensure that it's always on my left side so that I can see it coming if I need to get out of the way.
Understood. Clint, you had 4?
I sure did.
What you see is perhaps far more unsettling. You remember Coda mentioning a ship. You see an actual, like, physical 3-masted, old-fashioned, like 1700s ship in the distance, with its sails open and billowing. And you can see the outlines of figures on the deck. Oda.
Yep.
You see the ship and you catch the occasional bits of movement in the water. But what you see more than anyone else is that it's not one ship. It's like 3, and they're spaced out. And that in and of itself is concerning, but they don't seem to necessarily be drawing any closer. And you would have missed it. You almost missed this because you were so busy looking at the ships. But you catch another of those darting movements under the water, and you see, just as one of them begins to crest up out of that inky blackness, a massive, like, easily 5 to 6 foot thick tentacle. And it splashes the water and then begins to shoot upwards towards the beach. And we are going to begin combat. I already had everybody roll their join combat roll.
Sweet gherkins.
All right. How's everybody doing? Are we excited? I'm
I
excited.
don't like the ocean.
Okay. I would like to call for everybody's intentions before we really properly get started.
Clint will be getting his toothpick extended and ready.
Well, let's hold on. Coda's the only one who's seen this coming, so let's let Coda go first.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Am I able to let the group know what I'm seeing? Because I think that would be her first thing, is going like, guys, look, there's this. So that could be her, like, letting everyone know what she's seeing. That's her first intention.
You can talk as a free action, yes.
All right, amazing. So she will let people know, and then we'll get her Capesh out.
Okay. Would you like to describe what it looks like when you turn your baseball bat into your Kopesh?
Oh, I don't have that prepared. I'm sorry.
Okay. Would you like me to describe it? Coda has had her baseball bat just sort of like either at her side or it's propped up on her shoulder, depending on how tense she's feeling. And when she sees this, she takes it from she kind of swings it sideways and out from her shoulder, from where it was resting on her shoulder. And as she does this kind of long arcing loop, it shimmers and grows and curves into this long, curved, wicked sword. All right, next on my list for join battle is Oliver. You have been told something is coming.
So I have. In that case, I will promptly and immediately look at everyone and be like, brace yourselves and get ready, and use Blessing of Bravery.
Okay. Is there a roll associated with that?
No, it just happens. It is while we're in conflict, all sounds on my side gain a point of willpower and 2 temporary points of valor.
All right. You guys mark those down.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Clint?
All right, yeah, Clint will pull the toothpick from between his lips, drag it between one hand and the other, and as he does so, it thickens and elongates into a what appears to be a very sharp and pointy, let's go with a Yao Metal. I think that's what it's listed as. Effectively just a really long spear that he can throw.
Excellent.
Rolls his shoulders and gets ready. All right, y'all, looks like we're gonna be doing the work we're paid to do.
We're not getting paid.
We got food.
All right.
Also, you're absolutely getting paid. They're letting Stefan out of prison early.
Well, yeah, like we're getting something out of it, but we're not getting money.
Of all the people, I did think Oliver would be the one who would get into like the pedant
Well,
of
hey,
that.
this isn't Oliver getting into it. This is me, Gary, saying we're not getting money out of it.
All right. Da. Well, on the bright side, this thing's join battle is not as good as y'all's. So, it's better than Oliver's. No, wait, it's better than Clint's, because Clint rolled a 1, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Okay. Coda, there is a tentacle that you have seen coming up out of the water at you. What would you like to do?
She said mind the tentacles. So right now we can only see one, yeah?
You have only seen one so far.
Okay. I am going to avoid it for now. So I think that's what I'm doing. Like trying to like dodge in a way to make sure I don't get hit.
Okay. We can do that. Ta-da. Oliver.
I'm gonna try to get a lay of the situation here. So the tentacle has come out of the beach and it's coming straight to us, right?
One of them is, yes. It is coming up the beach.
All right. Does it seem like any of them are paying those ships any mind?
Nope. It looks like it is ready to lash out at Clint specifically.
Gotcha. In that case, I would like to kind of direct Clint to watch out, give him a little command roll to try to boost his ability to maybe evade the thing if it tries to get him.
Okay. Give me a roll.
All right. Well, let me check and see if War Master's Sight is like an automatic thing or if I have to spend anything. Because it's been a minute. No, yeah, I have to spend Legend. For now, I'll just do a normal command roll. It would be command plus, what do you think?
Let me look at your sheet. Sorry. I'm not back in the swing of having y'all stuff like in memorized yet. Let's go with charisma.
All right. My command is cool. That is 1.
Okay, Clint, you get 1 extra die. There is a tentacle shooting for you. Unfortunately for you, it gets to go first.
Uh-oh.
So I told him to watch out.
Oh,
Thank you.
hold on.
I see it.
Coda's dodging. Oliver went. Okay, it gets to go first. Gonna roll. Oh, Clint, I'm so sorry.
Oh boy.
It's only 15 dice. You'll be fine, right?
It'll be fine.
I gave you an extra die to a dodge. It's all good.
Yeah, that's not a whole lot, but it's something.
It's all you need.
Yeah, yeah, that's all I need.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. All
2,
right.
4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
So, does epic dodge or epic dexterity help with this at all?
Well, you have to declare your defense.
That's a great point. If it's coming at me, would I be able to use my toothpick to swap it out of the way? Use melee
Are
parry?
you asking to parry? Yes, you can
Yes.
absolutely parry, and I will even say that +1 can add to that.
Perfect. Because that does help me with my defense a little bit.
What is your parry DV with a +1 at?
With a +1, it'll be a 6.
Okay, and I rolled a 7?
Yes.
Yep, I got 4 successes.
You don't have to roll.
Never mind.
You just subtract from what I rolled.
Oh dear. Well, that's not as good then.
Well, no, because you have a 6, and I rolled 7, so I only have 1 extra success.
Oh, okay.
You're fine. Take a breath.
Ish, fine-ish.
Now, do you have a hardness value at all? I don't think you do.
Not normally, no.
Cool. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm just figuring out what all. Give me a break.
No, I was saying that's what Clint said.
Do. Y'all, I got too many things open. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. Trying to look at 5 different things all at once. It's not working. Okay. Do.
It's out here slapping tentacles.
Would you like to do a defensive do-over?
Ooh, let me see.
By spending 1 legend point, you can retroactively increase your against successful attack by an amount equal to athletics divided by.
That would mean I get a 0, or they get 0 hits. So yes, I would do that. I will spend
Okay.
1 point of legend.
All right, spend that point of legend. The tentacle, this massive tentacle, lashes out towards Clint, and it looks for a moment like Clint's about to get grabbed by it. And then you all see as his, as this tentacle crashes into his weapon, that his muscles kind of flex for a moment, and you can almost see a glow coming off of him. Just that split second as he drives all of that epic, all of his divine ichor into his body to have the strength to push the tentacle back and not allow it to grab him.
Get off of me.
All right, now it's your turn.
I would like to return the favor by trying to stab through the tentacle and down into the sand.
Okay. It is going to use its dodge, Stevie.
Understand.
Because it doesn't have parry.
It's 10 for the dice pool, and then 2 auto successes. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 total
Holy
successes.
cow.
Yeah,
Well
boy.
done.
Boy, oh boy.
Well done, well done.
Thank you. It also comes with 2 lethal damage on this particular weapon.
Hold on. Would you like to invoke one of your virtues to give yourself a couple of extra dice? Because 11 will just...
Yeah, I'll take advantage of the 2 valor that we were just bestowed.
Okay. So remember, in the future, you have to call that before you make
Before the attack. Gotcha.
I am being nice because this is the first combat back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Go ahead and roll your 2 dice.
1.
Oh.
Okay, 2. There you go. So that's a total of 13.
You get to roll 1 extra die, dear. Or another die.
Ooh, 1 more? Okay.
He rolled them separately, so he still rolled
Yeah.
2.
I still did a total of 2 for the valor.
Oh, I missed the first one. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
first
yeah.
one was
Okay.
a 1 and the second one was
Yeah,
a 2.
I missed the first one. I
It
missed the
worked.
first one. All right, cool. 2. Very good. All right, so that puts you over at DV. So roll your damage and add 2
All right.
to your total.
So normally that's just 2 damage. Does that include strength as well?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, thank you. 7 and then plus 2, so 9.
It's your weapon plus either dex or strength. So it's strength for you because it's melee.
That's right.
And then you get 2 additional because you went over at Stevie.
So, all right. 2, 4, 6. 6 total. And then do epic strength points also add?
They do.
So that will be an additional 2 on top of that.
Not bad.
Like I said, get off of me.
So that's a total of what?
2, 4, 6, 8 total.
Not bad. Not bad. Oh, I'm sorry, dear.
Uh-oh.
So you hit it, and you hit true. But there is something about this thing that is damn near. Your spear hits it, and almost see it. It's almost like trying to hit rubber, because the tip of the spear sort of hits it and like presses into it, but just doesn't break the surface.
Yeah. This thing is too sturdy, too hard. I can't get through.
He did say mind the tentacles.
Yep. I guess that means I have to just avoid them, not hit them. Okay.
out of character, I'd like to remind you that you guys do have the option to work as a team to give each other to up your chances significantly of accomplishing things. Actually, I have a question. Oliver, do you still have Brayhan's eye up?
I think it only lasts either for like a moment or the scene, so unlikely.
Okay.
Let me see. I do have the.
Oh well, you have to roll anyway, and it caps out.
It
so
caps out anyway,
then never mind. Okay. Moving on. Coda.
Yes, sir.
It is your turn. You saw Clint nearly get snatched by this thing, fend it off, and then try to turn around and hit it back, and it doesn't seem to have done anything.
Okay. The ships, they are not moving, correct?
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said the ships, they're not moving, correct?
You don't think they're moving towards you. They are moving. It doesn't toward you.
Okay. I am going to... I kind of want to help Clint try to do that again, what he just did.
Okay.
But I'm also thinking if we can get it to attack the ships instead, to direct focus there. So I have Divine Radiance, which lets me shoot out or I can glow, or I can turn the glow into a beam. Can I try using that beam to get the Kraken or this creature to take its focus somewhere else that's not us?
You could certainly try.
Okay, I'm gonna certainly try and do that.
Is there a dice roll or anything for that particular power? Or do you just do
I spend 1 legend, and the most that would happen, it's I would choose where do I want a 100-watt beam to shine from, or I can make it narrower. The burst imposes a -2 distraction penalty on the victim's next reflective action. So,
Okay.
yeah. So I will spend a legend, and she's going to use her sword and try to emit the beam from her sword to kind of shine towards the whatever's the closest ship to us, I guess.
They're all pretty far out there.
Pretty far out?
There's one to the right, one to the left.
It's a free action to talk, yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Y'all, I have the ability to shine a light. I want to try to take this thing's attention off of us. Where do you think I should shine the light at?
I don't think it has eyes, so probably not at it.
I'm going to slowly look over to like our feast table. Is there still a lot of food there?
I mean, there's some. There's not a ton. You guys have been here for a hot minute, and your animal too.
I'll still point to it anyway. Try the table.
Okay, cool. I will shine a light at the food table and try to get it to focus there instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make your roll.
There is no roll. I just spent legend,
okay.
but
I thought you said there was a roll. Sorry, my bad. Roll me. Oh, Coda. What do you have? Roll me. Let's go. Appearance and.
Oh.
Let's go appearance and presence.
Okay. Appearance and presence. That is 3, 5, 6. Okay. That is 2 successes. I do have one
It's okay.
epic.
It's
and
okay.
Oh.
It's okay.
Okay.
you beat both its intelligence and its wits with the 3 because I knew you had +1 to your appearance. So, okay. You're not positive that it will work, but you feel like it's wavering and is suddenly less interested in Clint.
Cool.
Oliver, I believe, is next. Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep. What would you like to do?
I think I'll use Brehon's eye.
Okay.
I was originally going to try to bait it with food, but since Coda was able to take care of that, yeah, let's go ahead and give another Brehon's eye.
Make your roll.
Yep, because I need to remind myself what the pool was. That is 2.
That's fine. There's really only the one thing.
I just need the one, yeah.
So, it does have legend. From the glow coming off of it. More significant than y'all's legend, but not anywhere near a god. Its legend looks probably about close to where like Net and Stefan are, maybe a little bit more.
All right.
In terms of its virtues, its highest is rapacity, and its lowest is roll me a d10. If it's evens, it'll be 1. If it's odds, it'll be.
All right. 6, so an even.
Its lowest is ambition.
All right. And it's nature.
Oh, it doesn't really have one. It is a supernatural creature or beast. From what you have been able to tell, how easily Coda has been kind of deflected, it probably doesn't have a whole lot of personality.
All right. Okay, as I kind of turn to address everyone. It really likes stuff, but is not very ambitious, so if we annoy it enough, it'll probably just give up.
Well, I can
Use
do
that as you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Its turn. Coda screwed with its perception of things, and that tentacle swings away from Clint and towards the table. The table gets hit by this massive tentacle, and it kind of explodes based on how hard it gets hit. You all hear an indignant and vaguely frightened growl/howl from under the table as bits of wood and food and sweet tea go everywhere, and what's left of the table and food gets dragged back out into the water or into the liquid. And as everything clears, you guys realize that laying under this pile of broken wood and things there is a shuffle of movement, and then a small scaled head appears.
All right.
I kind of wince, like, yep, all right. Sorry, Brahms.
Brom looks unhappy and a little freaked out, and there are little puffs of smoke coming from his nose. As you guys are convinced that this thing is probably about to withdraw and go back, you see another tentacle coming up out of the water at the same time. And we're back. Thanks for waiting, guys. All right. Before we went to the break, there was a second tentacle rising up out of the water towards our scions. I am given to understand that Oliver has a plan and wants to share it with his crew, which we will do after we see if one of the people on the beach gets tentacle grabbed. Let's go for Coda.
I felt it in my bones.
I fucking love you.
Yeah.
All right, what's its accuracy? 15.
Mm-hmm.
How good are you at getting out of the way there?
3, 4, 5, 6. That is 6. What's your DV?
8.
All right. It swings at Coda, and Coda brings her Kopesh up and kind of knocks it to the side as she jumps in the opposite direction, utilizing hat-like graces.
I do have that.
You do. Clint, would you like to hold your action?
I certainly would. If there's a plan in mind, I'd like to hear it.
All right. I'm going to assume Coda would also like to hold her action. Shift
Copy,
to
Captain.
We're going to skip to a skill challenge, yes?
Yes.
I believe so.
All right. For people at home, my players have decided during the break that rather than continuing to try and fight the massive tentacles and whatever they are attached to, they would like to try to utilize a skill challenge, turn it away from shore, and send it back to where it came from, rather than having it soak up all of their resources. So, Oliver, you are typically the one in charge. Would you like to map out what you guys are going to do?
Yes. So basically, as I see these two tentacles rise out, I'll kind of like look between it, the waters, those ships that are back there, and just begin to do some like quick mental calculations before I turn to Coda. Coda, use that beam that you used just a second ago. Put it on Clint's spear. Clint, I want you to throw that thing as hard as you possibly can into the water. It's up to you if you want to just throw it somewhere else in the water or at those ships.
I mean, them ships look like an easy target way out there.
Ah, the old cat laser trick. Yeah, I could do that.
Sure. And I will be doing a little command thingy on Clint to try to help him out with this.
Oliver, I would like you to roll me intelligence and command, please.
Cool. And I will spend some... I'll spend 2 points of legend to give myself 2 additional dice on this from War Master's site.
Would you like to invoke intellect?
Yes, I would actually. That's a great idea. I'll get 3 additional dice, since that's going to be a total of 5 additional dice on top of my normal amount.
Let's do it.
So 8 plus 5 is 13. That is 2, 4, 6, 7 plus 3, 10 total.
Well done.
Wow.
All right. That is going to give 5 extra dice to whoever makes the last roll, which we're going to assume Clint, because he's the one throwing the spear.
Mm-hmm.
Coda,
Yes. I have to spend legend again.
Spend more legend.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have you roll. Let's go appearance and presence again.
Three. Two? No, one.
One. Would you like to re-roll that?
Yes, I would like to reroll that. Knock that down. There we go.
Oh,
Wow.
Much better. So that's a total of a total of 4. Awesome. So that's gonna give another +2, so that's 7 extra dice. Clint,
Yeah,
would you like to throw your spear?
I would love to. Clint kind of raises it up, puts one arm straight out, aiming it kind of like he's pointing at the ship off in the horizon, and gives the full effort that he can.
That's gonna be your strength plus thrown plus 3 from the plus 2 from the weapon itself, and then your extra 7.
Okay, and then you said 3 from the weapon?
No, the weapon is 2. I'm looking at
2,
your.
thank you. All right, so it's 11, and then plus the 7. That's 18 dice total.
Yes.
Sweet.
And you know what?
Use the virtues if you want.
Yes,
Yeah,
you can use another virtue.
Clint would like to tap into his courage and disregard the fact that this thing took absolutely no damage from his initial strike. Get over the fear. Focus.
And I will call this a 2-die. Well, no, let's make it a 3-die stunt.
All right, so that's 19 plus 3. That's 22 die.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
15.
14, 15.
Plus your epics.
And then plus 2 from epic strength. Yep.
Holy cow, that is 17 dice. Clint,
Yeah.
I'm going to give you an option.
All right.
I'm gonna give you 2 options. Number 1, which of the 3 ships are you throwing it at?
Is there one that seems to be larger or in the front of the others?
They all seem kind of around the same distance and about the same size. There's one on the right, one on the left.
Let's go for the middle.
All right. The second option.
Mm-hmm.
You can have this do damage to the ship itself, or you can restore a single legend point to you and your.
I would like to restore legend to me and my friends.
All right. So, the spear flies true. Clint hauls back on it as it begins to glow from the power of Coda's sun purview. And it almost gets hot in your hand, Clint, as you wheel back and then hurl it as hard as you can. And you see it sail over the water. And you guys see what you realize is the top of a massive squid kind of surfaces just a little bit as it sails over, and you could see one massive black eye follow that trajectory as both of the tentacles withdraw from the beach, and you see multiple other tentacles surface from the water, but in the opposite direction of where you are, and they all go out, and 3 of them come up and begin to come down towards this ship. There is a flash as Clint's weapon strikes true and embeds itself in the side of the ship. Not the mast, because the mast might have been too high, so Clint aimed for the body of it to keep it close to the water where it would be easily spotted by something under the waves. And these massive tentacles go up, and then they come down and they crash into the ship, and you watch it almost seem to explode with the force.
Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, goodness. Y'all see? Oh, you did it!
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that don't look good.
Clint, are you going to recall your weapon?
Clint's going to wait for just a second to make sure that there's plenty of time and attention paid to the what would be left of the ship.
You hear the screaming of men in the distance.
Oh, no,
as these tentacles begin to drag what's left of the ship under the water. And you see the other two ships kind of wheel around to put their broadsides facing where the tentacles and what's left of the other ship are. And you hear cannon fire.
I mean, those are bad folks, right? We didn't just murder a whole ship of people for no reason.
I think it's very convenient that those ships arrived at the exact same moment that the tentacles started bombarding us and stood there and seemed to be waiting. We don't know for sure, but I have a feeling there's a relation.
Also, Agwe kind of stopped showing up with people, and the other people you saw show up kind of dwindled down. So I don't think that's the case.
That's true. I think if anyone else was supposed to be here, they would have had an escort of some kind.
Okay, that does make me feel better, thank you.
That was fucking sick, though.
Hell yeah. Good job keeping the light on that thing. That was going so fast.
Yeah. Pretty good at what I do. Mr. B, though, that quick brain math. I don't know how you do it.
It's just the perks of being me, I guess.
Yes.
As you all are standing there congratulating yourself, a sound that chills you to your bones echoes around you. And you realize as you look back out towards the ships that a mist and a fog have begun to raise up off of the water.
That's not good.
And there is a howl that almost makes your teeth rattle in your skull.
And that's when Clint will recall the spear.
Clint, can you please roll me just your legend score?
Sure thing. The current level?
No, your legend score, not your legend points.
Gotcha, okay.
There should be 4 dice.
There it is. That is no successes.
Ooh.
That's not bueno.
Okay.
I think I'll re-roll that one if that's okay.
Normally I wouldn't allow you to spend legend to re-roll a legend roll, but okay, let's do it.
Okay. Because surely it can't get worse.
Now
Negative
why?
successes, that's much better.
Now why?
You see?
Your spear comes back to you and is covered in blood and ink.
Oh, God. Oh, gross. And Clint will start squeezing it off and pushing it into the sand.
Oliver,
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Are you paying more attention to your surroundings, or are you paying attention to Clint and his spear?
Probably more to my surroundings.
Okay. Thank you for being honest. As the not quite day, not quite night around you grows foggy and misty, and you hear more and more howl beginning to range, and growls and snarls coming from that mist and that fog around you. You can't see as far as you could. You can't see the ships anymore. You don't know if the tentacles are still out there. Suddenly, it is like looking at swirling gray walls that have risen up out of the water itself. And you hear a voice. Gwen?
Well, that was no fun.
Wait a second.
Not her.
What, you didn't think I would miss a party like this, did you?
I was hoping.
I don't think you're invited.
As she talks, her voice almost seems to bounce off of the world around you, like it is bouncing off the fog itself. It is hard to tell what direction it is coming from.
You know, if you wanted to come on a date and, party it up, you could have just asked.
Wait, not now. Can I do a thing?
You are certainly welcome to try to do a thing.
Okay, I would like to use Unlidded Eye, which allows me to see magic that is normally invisible. So I do not know if this will apply, and also faintly reveals threads of fate that entwine people. And it allows me to reveal a Scion or other supernatural being's legend score, which that part's not as important. It's more of me hoping this works to help me see things.
Okay. Is there a roll associated?
It costs me 1 willpower, and it just does it. There is a dice pool for if I guess I botch or something, but it's just spend a willpower.
Roll your dice pool, please.
Okay. Let me mark up that willpower first.
BP,
Yes.
can I also prepare some stuff after hearing Gwen?
It's 2. What would you like to prepare?
Predatory focus, and penetrating glare. Predatory focus, it's
I'm only gonna let you use one, so you gotta pick one.
Yeah, so then I will do predatory focus then. Perception and survival, I can track my prey by scent alone or by almost invisible physical signs. But she's going to try to start sniffing her out. But it's a perception and survival roll.
I will say penetrating glare is a passive effect. It's just always active as long as you have the birthright.
Oh, it is?
Is it?
I did not know that. Well, then, gosh darn. I'm going to be penetrating that glare.
What is penetrating glare on? Because I'm looking at your sheet and I don't see it.
It's on sun.
That's because you don't have sun on your sheet.
I don't?
Nope. You have Heku, Moon, Sky Justice, Chaos, Sun. That would be why I didn't. How do you have that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That's fine. So, remind me what penetrating glare. Sorry.
Yes. Penetrating glare. It's 1 second. Okay. As sunlight only dims when it cuts through to Kenna Scion's vision, cut through physical occlusions. When I received this boon, I could see through physical impediments such as smoke, fog, and murky water. But if it's in the darkness, then I can't see in the dark, pretty much.
Okay. Well, it wouldn't have helped you with the water before, because the water was very dark.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
So you also have to be in the water.
Yeah.
However, you can in fact see through the fog and the mist that is rising up around. But I'm going to answer Oliver.
Yeah. Do Oliver's thing first. I want to do predatory focus. Anyways.
Oliver.
Mhm.
You, first of all, the first thing you see is that you the fate threads between you and your companions. They are even more tightly wound. Or, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Hold on.
You're all good.
We are going to push to talk because Discord keeps cutting me off. You can see the fate bonds between you and your companions. They are even more tightly wound and thicker than they were before, as if the more you all do together, the more you all utilize your legend and your divine ichor to pull off impossible things, the more fate draws you together. Oh goodness, what else does Unlimited Eye give you?
It reveals magic that is normally invisible, and then tells me the legend score of any scion or supernatural being around me.
Unfortunately, the issue with you not being able to see where Gwen and anything else that's with her isn't the fact that they're invisible. It is just the fact that they are obfuscated because of the mist and the fog. So it's not going to help with that. Mm-hmm. However, you do see that you and all of your friends have Legend 4.
No, great. We're all on the same level.
And you do see that all of you have at least a thin, kind of barely there, nebulous fate thread, each of you that stretches out into the mist. But that doesn't really tell you much.
Does it point in a specific direction?
I mean, they all seem to be pointing in a slightly different direction.
Gotcha.
And they move. So it's hard to tell exactly where they're going.
All right.
Coda, on the other hand, with her penetrating glare, is not put off by the appearance of the fog and the mist. No. In fact, Coda, as you look up and around you, you realize that there are a number of massive Fenris wolves that all somehow seem to be running across the surface of that inky black liquid that makes up the quote-unquote water of this beach. And on the back of one of them, you occasionally catch a glimpse of a woman with short blonde hair. But they're all moving. And sometimes you can see her and sometimes you lose her in the distance or in the crowd or because they dip behind something.
Okay.
Can I very subtly try to kind of maneuver myself so that like my back is pressed up against Clint's?
Absolutely. I won't require anything for that.
Oh, hello.
Also,
Before you start squeezing back there.
Not now.
Clint, was there anything that you wanted to do while they were utilizing their powers?
Clint uses his humor to try and relax himself a little.
Okay.
As he makes a joke at Oliver. And then just readies his spear. He's not gifted with anything that can do much with the fog or these distant foes for the moment that he cannot see.
Oh, quick question. Now that I'm close to Clint and the fact that Unlimited Eye lasts for the entire scene, does the spear look any kind of weird way?
Well, I think that was a question for me, dear.
Yes.
No. Clint has mostly gotten the gunk off of it, so no.
All right. That's just fine. Just a quick check of your poo there.
Actually,
When? Oh, yes.
Clint looks down at the ink that he is, I assume, is still on his hands at least. Is there any sort of like burning or any negative sensation tied with the ink?
No, I don't believe so.
All right,
No.
then he'll do what he's done in high school sports and rub some of the ink under both eyes to cut down on some of the glare from the fog, and that's about all.
Interesting. Okay. Gwen?
She's just going to respond to what Clint said. You know, if I wanted to call you for a social call, then I would have done so. This isn't that, and I think you should know that. At least by this point.
Oh, well, I appreciate the heads up, but it could still be social.
We'll see how you feel once you're bleeding out on the beach.
Aw. Don't have to be that way. We could be friends.
Gwen, are you giving the command?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Excellent.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm stupid.
You all hear a horn, like an old-fashioned war horn, blare.
Yet, here they come.
Coda. Wow. Coda is going to let the group know that she can see and that what she is seeing. So essentially the multiple Fenris wolves running on the water, and of course our dear beloved Gwen making her way towards us.
Excellent. Okay. Well, unfortunately for you guys, Gwen has a much higher score in join battle than you do.
Oh dear.
Gwen, you're up first. What would you like to do?
I mean, she's just going to move towards where the group is.
I will allow you to give one command to the wolves, as long as you keep it just a verbal command, on top of your normal action.
She's just going to shout, circle them, don't let any of them get away.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume still decently far away, so I have to dash to get closer.
Probably. Do you have any movement powers?
Not that I can recall, no.
All that epic dex, and you don't have lightning sprinter? All right.
I do not.
Interesting. Okay.
I do have a dash of, I think 19 right now with the boon active, but...
Yeah, but that's not something I'm gonna let you convey to the wolf that you're riding on, so... if you had lightning sprinter, I would allow you to jump off the wolf, but... Okay. Next up is Coda.
Ooh-wee. Okay. She is going to say to Oliver, I think now's the time to help me look at the sky again, or try out my vision again. And I want to try to do smoking mirror. So,
would you like to hold your action until Oliver's turn?
I was just about to say, can I hold my action until Oliver's turn?
Absolutely. All right, well, unluckily for you / luckily for the wolfies, it's their turn.
Red.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm going to have one go after Clint, one go after Coda, and the others are simply going to circle up to form a barrier, basically a barrier around you guys.
Don't like that.
It would help if I was in the right bot channel.
Maybe a little bit.
That's 3 for the first one on Clint.
All right, that doesn't hit my DV. At least either way, if he dodges or if he's parrying.
Well, you have to pick one, dodge or parry.
Clint's gonna be parrying. He's gonna bring that toothpick up and try and bash the wolf's face out of the way.
All right, I got to remember to make you guys declare your DVs before I roll. Coda, what DV are you planning to use?
I believe I will parry. She will switch her sword back to a bat to like bonk it on the nose. Painfully.
That is 5 against Coda.
This one is 8. This one is 7.
You have a parry DV of 7?
Yeah.
All right. They both get bonked back, but they do not stop circling and growling. Oliver,
Yes.
it
All
is your turn.
I have the multitasking knack, which lets me do some split actions without penalties, because I think normally you do get penalized if you're going to split action.
Yep.
And so because of that, I'm going to do 2 things without penalty. The first is I'm going to do cast Trading Fates on Coda to give her some bonus dice. So I'll do that first. Trading Fates. Doesn't cost anything, but it's going to make my life worse later. So actually, since that's going to make my life worse in a second, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to do that second instead. I'm going to start by spending a legend to cast Ariadne's Thread on Gwen, because that points straight to her.
Okay.
And then now I'm going to use Trading Fates. So that's going to be... Oh, wrong channel. I believe I have 1 epic die that applies to this. 2, 4, 6, 7 extra dice for Coda.
Nice. And does she have to split that up amongst future rolls, or?
Up to her. She can use them all in one go if she wants, or she can...
Yeah, I'm just asking, is it like a static pool that she has to pull from, or is it just a base plus 7 to her next roll?
It's a pool that she can choose to draw from.
All right, Coda, you have 7 dice with which you can use on however many rolls, but you only have a total of 7, so you have to keep track.
Copy, Captain.
And then I just, as a reminder, saying that Ariadne's Thread points directly to Gwen, so I will know where she currently is. A little bit. At least the direction, and potentially if she's getting closer or not.
All right. Coda, I believe your intention was to hold your action until Oliver's turn, yes?
Yes, sir.
You now have an additional 7 dice that you can use each of these dice once.
Okay. So now I'm going to try to do the smoking mirror. But you told me I could like try again later or something like that, to get a clearer view by looking through the sky and such.
Correct.
Yeah, forget what roll you had me do, because that's just like a spend.
I think it was just legend.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you spend legend. I had you roll your legend score to see how well it went because you were technically trying to use something that isn't in this world. Yeah. Roll me your legend score, and you can add however many of those 7 dice you would like to it.
Amazing. Legend score, that's... And I'm gonna add 2.
Okay.
Ooh.
Not bad. That's 6. Coda, you look towards the sky into that distant light that seems like it's here but not really here, and throw your senses into it. And it's still a struggle. It is still a fight to connect to the moon. You can tell that while it can be seen from this world, it's probably not really a part of it. But with enough effort and enough pushing, you can force your senses to reflect from its face down onto the world below, and straight into the part of the ocean that is Guinea, the lower underworld. And as you do so, you can see in the waters around Guinea a large dark shape that you assume those tentacles belong to, because what else could possibly be that large in that area? You see numerous ships, more than just the 2 that were left after what the Kraken did to the third. But they're all kind of scattered off in the distance. They seem to be almost circling the island, but never able to get very close, maybe. You see other shadowy figures in the water. Some are as big as what you would imagine, like the biggest whale you've ever imagined could be. Some are odd shapes that are difficult to place, if not impossible to place. But at the center of it all, you can see the island itself, and on the beach, you see a number of large wolves who are closing in around you and your friends, Gwen among them. And in the distance, you see yet more wolves.
Okay.
Roll me. Looking at your sheet, roll me a wits and occult roll real quick.
Okay. What's an occult? Oh no.
Should be 4 dice, but you have 2 epics.
3, 4.
Okay, 2 isn't bad.
4. Yep, 4.
You see something else. You're not entirely sure what you are looking at. And at first you think it's probably a trick of the eye, something you're just imagining or is happening because of the weird juxtaposition of looking from a celestial body that isn't really a part of this world down into this world.
Mm-hmm.
You see what looks like a smaller vortex or portal or something like that, that is swirling in the distance just off, or probably just far enough out that Oliver would have a hard time seeing it with his gifts. And you see a figure beyond the portal, like on the opposite side, looking through it towards the beach, in a long, kind of grayish green tattered cloak with a tall, gnarled white staff.
Yikes.
And as if that being senses your eyes on them, the hood kind of turns upward, but you don't get a chance to see the face hidden in its shadows before a hand extends that staff up towards the moon, and you almost feel as if you or the moon or both of you are made of glass, and you feel it shatter, and your senses are shunted back into your body.
Aww.
And around that time is when anyone on the beach can look up and see that a dark, black something, you're not sure if it's a cloud or a creature or something, has passed over the moon and hidden it from this world's view.
Nope, don't like that. Don't like that at all. Nope, nope,
Yeah, no.
Coda, your head hurts. You felt like you were glass and like something caused you to shatter internally.
She will flinch, and like, well, I'll just do it. She'll flinch and be like, "Fuck, what was that?" There's a lot of stuff around us, or not stuff. There's wolves and God, my head. Yeah, we're surrounded, but I could see Gwen moving around. But there's a person in a vortex or a portal watching us, but they didn't like being watched. How do I?
You kind of point vaguely to the north. Vaguely to the north.
Vaguely to the north. 12 o'clock or something, she'll say. But we do have... I can't look anymore, but we're pretty much surrounded, and she'll try to relay to the group using clock time, like where certain things are, since they can't really see through the fog.
Well, it's going to be difficult to deal with all of them if they're all around us.
Yeah, except for, I guess, the two that we balked.
Clint.
Yep.
Your turn.
All right. Still don't quite have eyes on them, but is Ariadne's thread visible to everyone or just Oliver?
Just me, I believe.
Cool.
Actually, wait, it might be everyone.
Just Oliver.
Oh, okay.
Oliver, can you point which way I should throw this thing?
Sure. And I'll just point wherever the thread's going. If I'm able to.
Yeah, you're able to. That's fine.
Clint would like to yeet his toothpick into the fog, hopefully at where Gwen is at. Not as intending to hurt her, but he would, I guess, just in her direction. He can't really see. He doesn't know if she's armed or not, but he'd be attempting to disarm if he could see her.
Okay. You're going to take a -2 to your die pool because you cannot see her and you were just going on a vague notion of direction.
Makes sense.
Gwen, what DV would you like to use?
It's a ranged attack, so I'm going to be dodging.
Okay.
-2. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Not quite.
Dang.
It does come close, though.
What about your epics?
Oh shit, you're right. That adds 2 from my epic, so that's 9 total.
All right, that'll beat it by 1.
Excellent. All right, so you get 1 plus your strength and hold on, is it perception because it's ranged?
Thrown is strength and dexterity.
All right, plus your strength and thrown plus your
2 from the weapon.
Yep.
And then epics included in that, right? Or is that just auto successes?
That's auto successes. Gwen,
What's up?
what is your
Lethal soak is 6.
Okay. Hold on. Well, you went faster than I could have, because we're supposed to subtract soak and then roll damage.
Oh, okay. Well,
So roll 2.
okay. And then, so that's 1 success.
That's a
plus 4 from epics.
Okay.
So a total of 5.
All right.
All right. That is your turn.
Reflexively recalling it back into my hands and getting ready for the next round.
Gwen, you just got hit by a spear. That shit fucking hurt.
Do I see this attack coming?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I figured. I just wanted to check. Okay.
It's your turn, dear.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I get to Clint? Gwen's just gonna kind of walk towards Clint. You say you want to be friends with me, but I've been told that I'm rather cold. And I would like to. What is activating a knack an action?
Is it a knack that goes along with what you're doing?
It's. I would like to activate untouchable opponent.
Oh, yeah, no, that's reflexive. You just do
Okay,
that.
cool. I would like to do that. And then I would like to attack Clint twice.
I mean, you don't have to do that. That's okay.
Okay.
I take a
What are
minus-
you attacking with?
my knives.
All right, Clint, what DV would you like to use?
We're going to be using parry DV.
Okay. And if I remember correctly, because he would be does DV, do you like subtract from DV if you have to do it multiple times?
There is a I think it's like a number of attacks equal to your legend and you lose 1, but I think attacking also decreases it.
It does, yeah. But we're on a new round though.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, I think he's good. At least if that's the way it works. I don't know either.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
All right, so I take a -4 to this, and he will take a -1 to his DV against both attacks.
Right.
I have a DV of 5 then.
1, 2, 3. So that's 7.
All right, so that's an extra 2 from the first one. Let's do the second attack at the same time.
I think it's just 1 roll.
Oh, okay. So that's an extra 2 beyond his DV.
Correct.
I believe so.
What's your soak?
Mine is, what is it? Lethal?
Lethal.
It'd be 5.
So subtract 5 from your damage dice.
So, all right. One, 2, 3, plus my epic dexterity and strength. So 7? Twice?
Eesh.
Whoa.
All right, how do I deal with that?
Well,
Because that's, if it's just coming straight through, that might be falling down a little bit.
are you sure that it's just 1 roll for both attacks? That seems weird.
Let me pull up the.
Because I'm reasonably certain, looking at this, that there's no you get to just do 1 roll for each.
Making 2 attacks is 1 action with a defense penalty of -2. This incurs a 4 die penalty on the 1 dice roll made.
Ah, okay. No, that makes sense.
Each attack does cause damage separately, so I will roll the damage again. Okay,
Oh, okay. So that's 4 plus what's your epics?
4.
Okay. Jesus. All right. So a 7 and an 8.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, as Gwen kind of jumps off the wolf, and walks, like isn't running, is walking towards Clint, pulls up the knives, and essentially cuts in an X pattern. And as she does, the knives are freezing, and they dig into his skin. And instead of just cutting, they do what metal does, and they kind of stick and they tear.
Oofa. Okay. Clint.
Mhm.
How many levels of health do you have?
I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. However, with all of that, I'm going down.
Hold on. You have things in epic stamina, though, right?
Oh, yeah. I have 3 epic stamina. I have 4 base.
Right, but you have knacks that help deal with.
Yeah, you're right. So convert all lethal to bashing. I'll spend a legend point to do that.
Okay.
But that'll still, so there'll be some overflow.
It's a pity you were watching for her, because solipsistic well-being would have saved you.
Yeah, that's, so converting it all to bashing, I'm still gonna go, what's that, 15 total?
Yep.
I can't do much about it.
All right. You guys watch as Gwen zeroes in on Clint after Clint hit her with that spear. Gwen, where did it hit you?
I imagine it hit her like in the shoulder. Because it was a pretty solid hit, so it would have.
It was a very solid hit. Yeah.
It would have been like center mass. Yeah, I imagine like just in between her shoulder and like where her lung would be.
Ooh, yeah. You guys could see this large kind of bloody wound between her shoulder, her collarbone, and probably where Coda would know, like the top of her lung normally would be. That is still bleeding, and the edges of it are kind of black from the remnants of the ink that was on that was on Clint's spear. And she kind of walks in, and she almost looks unfazed. But there's this moment where her eyes almost seem to shine, and she looks just for a moment almost feral as she jumps at Clint and brings those blades down and cuts across him. And you watch as Clint his body almost seems to try to bolster itself. And then he goes down.
Yeah, as his shirt is ripped open, his lovely physique on full display, he looks amazing as he goes down. There's not a really long-lasting mark on him, because he's doing fine no matter the damage.
Oh, you do. You have that thing, don't you?
That's right.
He just took a bad hit, but he looks great.
He falls down dramatically,
After
almost
all
adding
display.
to it.
Remind me what doing fine does?
It literally just means that even if you're hit with the hardest of impacts, whatever happens, you're going to be leaving a perfectly pristine looking corpse.
He just always looks great.
I love that that's what you got.
Yep.
There's literally a thing that gives other people bonuses if you could give them a thumbs up, and you didn't take that. You just took the thing that you're going to be pretty even when you're dead.
All the time. Get hit real hard, still pulling through. Not a problem. Die, beautiful.
Love
Perfect.
it. Love it. Amazing.
Am beautiful?
All right.
Can I talk out of turn, or is it only a free action on my turn?
Yeah, it's a free action. You can do it as long as we keep it within reason.
I'm gonna look to Coda after Clint goes down. Coda, I'm going to assume with all the weed you smoke, you have a lighter on you. I'm gonna need that.
Rude, but yes.
All right. Coda, it is your turn. I'm assuming that you would like to use a reflexive action to hand him your lighter.
Yeah.
Taking that.
Yeah.
What would you like to do for your main action?
This is scary. But, so Gwen is near us, right?
Gwen is standing over where Clint is laying in the sand, unconscious.
Yeah. Coda's gonna run over to attack Gwen.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she's gonna do that. She can't watch her boy go down and not doing anything about it.
All right. I'm assuming with the sword, or are you shifting it back to the bat?
Yeah, she's switching from the sword. Oh my gosh, she's switching from the bat to the sword.
Okay.
And
are you planning to use any boons or knacks to enhance your attack?
yeah, I'm scrolling through the whole shebang now. Okay, so that's already has that. For knacks, I would say I'm using predatory focus.
Does that do anything for your attack, however, though?
Yeah, I'm looking through it now. That's not the one. Where is it? Rabbit reflex when unexpected. No. You know what? No. She's just going and she's swinging.
Okay.
Yeah. Because nothing will boost my attacks. Everything else would have to be a separate action, I believe, from me attacking.
Yes, your sword, however, does have a +4 to your accuracy, so that's 4 extra dice from that.
Yeah.
And then Gwen lose some defense from doing multi-attack.
Gwen does have a -2 to her defense right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make a difference for Coda's thing. Let's figure out Coda's thing first. So you're attacking with the sword on Gwen, and you don't have any boons or knacks that you wish to use to enhance it.
Have you used your Valor things I gave you yet?
Ooh, I have not used Valor. I will use. Yeah, I guess I'll use Valor.
2 extra dice?
That is. That's 2. And I can choose how many Valor dice I wish to use?
Basically, the way it works is it's a virtue I'm temporarily giving you, and it's a 2-dot virtue. So you basically check off one of the dots, and you get 2 dice from it. And then if you were to check off the next one, you would only get 1 dice, and then it would be gone.
Correct.
Okay, because I also have Valor already. So
so that adds to your total.
I'm just upping it for you. I'm making it bigger.
Yeah, so, and I haven't used it, so that would be 3 Valor.
You have 3 total with the +2?
Yes, with the +2.
Okay, so you would mark off 1, and you get to roll 3 extra dice.
Okay, mark off 1. 3 extra dice. 3 extra. And yeah,
And also, did you use all the luck dice I gave you from Trading Fates?
I didn't.
Nope.
5, 6, 7. So that's 5 I have left over.
Do you want to use all 5?
5, 6, 7, 8. Because I'm thinking the attack. So this would be just my roll to hit her. Yeah.
Yes, but however many auto success or however many successes you get above her DV adds to your damage roll.
Damage. So then, yeah, I'm gonna use all of them. So that's 8 extra dice.
All right, roll.
All right.
I will be parrying this.
I figured.
Oof. And then +1. So that's 7 plus 8 is. Okay.
Holy
boy.
shit.
1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
plus your epics.
And then my epics, that is strength, yeah? So that would be...
Strength and dex.
Oh,
That's for
strength.
damage, isn't it?
I think it's for both.
Strength epics is 1. Dex epics is 2, so that's 3. And then you said also my what? What was the last thing y'all said? I'm sorry. My sword gets plus 4.
Well, no, the plus 4 was how added to your dice, not to your auto successes.
Oh,
So do you have another 4 dice to roll?
I do have another 4 dice to roll then.
Oh,
Sorry. I'm remembering how to do all this.
so 12 now.
Very nice.
And
12.
then the 3 dice. Oh, sorry, the 3 epics. That was it.
So 15.
Yes.
Jesus. You have 15 successes on 15 dice. That's, 19 dice. That's crazy. Okay, cool.
So that beats my DV by 3.
Okay. So 3 plus strength and dex plus what's your damage bonus for the weapon?
3 plus strength plus dex. Damage bonus is 6 lethal.
Okay.
And that's all I'm rolling. Yeah.
Strength, dex, your
3 and
damage
6.
bonus, and then 3. Yes.
Okay. 6.
Minus 6.
Oh yes, minus.
Might. So don't.
Because you have to apply her soak.
Okay, so I just won't
so-
count my lethal.
Add all your stuff up and then minus 6 from the total, or just don't use your lethal bonus. Yes.
Okay, amazing. So dex is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3.
I will be
It's 5
using
right there.
damage conversion.
So that is 5. Do I count epics again or no?
I think so.
Yes.
Epics are
6, 7,
auto.
8.
8. And you said Gwen is going to use damage conversion.
So that'll be... Okay.
Holy smokes.
I am unconscious.
All right, noted. So Clint hurls his spear, leaves a bloody gash or a bloody hole in Gwen's chest. Gwen does not let it deter her. She continues stalking forward towards the group, towards the man who just hit her. Manages to come down on him with these wickedly sharp, ice-coated knives, and rips into him. To which Coda, in a moment of fury,
Yeah.
swings her sword, or swings her bat. It literally turns into a sword as it is in midair, and utilizing a move that she learned from watching Net and training with Net, brings it up and around in this kind of graceful arc from hip to the uninjured shoulder, from one hip to the opposite shoulder, which happened to be her uninjured one, and slashes directly across Gwen's body. You all see as Gwen's body almost seems to harden and almost looks like it's trying to shrug off what was done to it. You've seen Clint do much the same. A moment before she topples backwards. But there is no time to celebrate, as this seems to be perhaps You get the feeling that Gwen was the only thing holding the wolves back, because as soon as she goes down, all of them dart towards you. This is going to be a process. Because I have a lot of people to roll for. Well, a lot of wolves to roll for, I should say.
Yikes.
All right. We are having... Unfortunately, Clint is down. So Clint is actually not currently a target. The rest of them are going to be split between Oliver and Coda. There are going to be 3 going towards Coda and 2 going towards Oliver.
I'm going to let you know 2 things. Number 1, I have the monkey in the middle knack, so if they get any bonuses for attacking me together, they don't. And then I also have Fight with Your Head, which I'm going to use to make my DV a bit better.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. So these are obviously going to be bite attacks.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know what DVs you 2 are planning to use.
I bet it's
Parry.
called Parry, so I'm going to be parrying.
All right. Coda, what is your parry DV?
That was 7. That is 7.
Okay, but you have untouchable opponent, do you not?
I do. Is that... I thought I had to activate something like that.
You did activate it, sweetheart.
Mm-mm.
Gwen
I
activated
did.
hers.
Yeah, Gwen did. I did it.
But I think
Yeah.
you didn't activate.
Did Gwen utilize untouchable opponent?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you can activate Knack as a response to being attacked, though. At least that's what it says in the cheat sheet.
You absolutely can.
Oh, well. I do that.
Okay. So normally these guys would get a bonus for both coming at you at the same time. That would lower your DV, or I mean, your DV would be lowered because they're both coming at you at the same time. Tell me what untouchable opponent does for you. What does it add?
It doubles... Oh, what does it add? Okay, my
Doubles your
dexterity.
epic dex for your
Yeah.
dodge DV.
Yeah. So then...
Dodge and parry.
So you should have an additional +2 to your DV.
So 7, 8, 9. 9 then will be my
Okay.
dodge DV.
All right. I'm gonna have them work together then.
Sorry, not parry. Dodge, same shit. Dodge.
Duck, dive, dodge, dip.
Yeah.
All right. You've said like 3 different DV things. What are we using, Coda? I need to know.
I'm using parry.
Okay. Your DV goes down by 1 because they're both attacking you at the same time. 2, 3, 4. What's your DV?
Coda's?
Yeah.
9.
Okay. Ooh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So. Yeah, none of them make it. However, If anything else attacks you on this round, your DV is going to be down by a total of 3.
Okay.
Oliver, you don't take DV negatives for this.
Nope, monkey in the middle.
Two, three, 4. What's your DV?
Normally it is 6, but with 5 of your head, it goes up to 9.
Damn. Okay. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Pretty good.
All right. Let me just double check. All right. Cool. None of them managed to hit, which is mildly miraculous. A 6th wolf, and this is the wolf that Coda knows Gwen was riding on, has in the flurry of you guys trying to deal with this melee, darted up behind Gwen, bit the back of her shirt, and is hauling her away. While their companions keep you busy.
Okay.
Oliver,
Yes.
your turn.
I'm going to do another multitask maneuver here because I'm going to begin reaching into my trusty satchel, and for my birthday, our good friend Damon gave me some nifty gifts. He gave me 3 jars of golden apple juice. So I'm going to take one of those out, pop it open, pour it into Clint's mouth.
Okay. Did I give you stats for that?
No, you did not. You just said I get 3 of these.
Okay. Roll me 5d10.
All right. That is 3 successes.
All right. Clint, you regain 3 levels of health.
Woohoo!
So Clint's up. All right. With my second action that's being split off, I'm going to continue rummaging through my bag and pull out another gift that was given to me by our good friend and anvil, Dolgrim, who gave me, see if I can find the exact name in my notes. He gave me a bottle of, yep, here it is, Dragon's Belly Brandy, which he told me is 95% ABV. I also have some spare clothes in my bag, in my satchel, sorry. So I'm going to pull out a sock, pop the lid open, stick that sock in there, and use Coda's lighter to light it. Then I am going to throw it at the 3 wolves that are harassing Coda right now.
You're going to Molotov cocktail the wolves that are on top of your friend? Okay.
Could I throw it in a way that it won't affect Coda?
Let's make that a wits and academics.
Okay, I can do that. I think that's just... Okay, never mind. I don't have all 5 in academics.
This is to see if you even have the option to be able to aim that well.
That is
1, 2, 3
plus 1 epic, so 4.
All right, 4 is not bad. I will allow you to attempt to. You're going to make this as a thrown attack.
Yeah, not super great at these, but we will risk it for the biscuit. I will use I'll use my Valor virtue that I gave myself for this roll as well. So that's going to be thrown plus dex. Do I have anything else that'll fit? I don't think so. Yeah, okay. So That is 4 successes.
All right. Okay. Double checking. All right. Roll me a D100.
Okay. $31.
Okay. So you throw this thing and it hits just beyond the back of the wolves, which allows it to shatter and for fire to erupt. You see 2 of them get caught. You hear them kind of yelp. They don't like explode or anything like that, but they certainly get burnt pretty bad. But do not manage to like have their fur like set on fire properly, so it doesn't stay burning. And the third one manages to avoid the worst of it. And Coda also manages to avoid the worst of it because Coda is very fast.
Good.
Clint, you are awake and laying on your back in the sand.
Oh, that was not fun. Clint will pull himself up and see the great big mess of wolves on fire. No. How do I help my friends? Would I be able to activate Hornet's Nest to try to diffuse some of this chaos, see what I could do?
Sure. Remind me what Hornet's Nest does.
So as long as I get a success on a really small dice pool, the storyteller should reveal in general terms what the action the scion can take to either cause or defuse chaos in the scene. You do not have to describe why or how, just what action would help in either direction.
Okay, make your roll.
We got one, baby. We got one success.
You got very
What's
lucky.
the dice pool? 3. Ooh.
Okay. Clint, you're not sure why, but you feel like something that may further the situation for good or ill would be for your for Ian, your friend, to turn into many birds and involve themselves.
It's a great point. I really haven't had Ian get in my fights for me before. Surely he won't mind taking a stab at it. Hey, Ian! And Clint will call up to Ian to issue him a command to spread out and come down in a cloud.
You hear Ian caw overhead, and he circles in this kind of wide, almost lazy-looking circle, but then you see him start to dive, and as he dives, 1 Ian becomes 2 Ians, becomes 5 Ians, becomes 20 Ians, until there is this huge flock of crows dive bombing at the wolves.
Hell yeah. We have incited some chaos that'll hopefully protect my friend.
I would like you to roll me six dice, please.
You got it?
Actually, make that 8 dice. I'm going to invoke one of Ian's virtues.
That is 3 successes.
That's not bad. Okay. You can feel, or you see as you watch this murder of crows dive bomb at these wolves, that they are they are not aiming to do damage, but they are aiming to create havoc and to make it difficult for the wolves to kind of know what they're doing. They keep like swooping in front of their eyes. They're like circling their bodies. They're just causing problems.
If Gwen is going to come in here and make a stink with her fog, I'm going to make a cloud of crows. Just makes sense.
The problem, of course, is that this is still a metric fuck ton of birds, and they can't completely avoid your friends. So your friends are also kind of being like buffeted back slightly just by the crazy that's happening in front of them.
The last thing Clint will do then on his turn is, all right, y'all, we've got a little cover. Come on, circle up. Stick together.
Okay, that is the end of that round. Oh, did you want to? No, you already used your thing. So,
correct.
Gwen. Gwen.
Can I spend a legend point to regenerate a health level?
You absolutely can.
Cool. All right.
As your eyes open, you look up and Ivy is standing over you and kind of nuzzling at you.
And a pats the side of her face. Good girl. Can I, At this point, Gwen is just trying to give them more things to worry about.
Okay.
Great.
Would you like to summon Du Bois?
I would like to summon Du Bois, please.
I would like you to describe what your summoning of Du Bois looks like.
Gwen a hand goes to that wolf's head pendant that she has. And she pricks one of her fingers on the teeth. And she kind of just runs the blood across the sands. And as she does, hands start clambering up out of the ground by her. And slowly, almost a dozen bodies pull themselves out of the ground. And start shambling towards all the chaos.
Amazing. It is a little anachronistic and a little out of place on this island paradise kind of area that you are in, that you see these hands pull themselves up out of this silt sand, and standing before you are men that look like they might be in old-fashioned Viking clothing. There are some that are newer that look like they are in various modern eras of what do you call them? Soldier uniforms and things like that. But they are clearly zombies and shuffling in to join the fray. They will be here in the next round.
Would you like me to make a command roll to kind of point them in the right direction? Because they're real dumb.
They are real dumb. So yes, please roll your command roll.
Can I invoke vengeance on this?
Yeah, I think that's fitting given what's happened.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I'd say that's enough. They all kind of clamber up out of the sand, and at first they turn towards Gwen like they are going to round on the very person who summoned them. But Gwen points at you and gives a command in this harsh kind of guttural, what you can only assume is probably like Old Norse based on what Oliver can tell from. I believe Oliver has a thing where he can just understand languages.
My monocle lets me just know all languages.
Oliver, you could tell that it is old ancient Norse. And then they all sort of stop and turn and begin to shamble towards the melee. All right. Coda.
Coda here.
You are being harassed by 3 wolves. 2 of them have gotten hurt. There are birds everywhere, and you look up, and there are a metric fuck ton of what look like dead people? Question mark?
Yeah.
Shuffling towards you.
So I think amongst all this, Coda has kind of gotten this renewed like vigor in like fighting, and like she's kind of, as much as this is annoying and like she sees the dead people and she's like, are you fucking kidding me? She's also finding that she is having a lot of fun right now. She's gonna use tidal inference, which is a moon purview.
Tidal interference?
Sorry, interference, excuse me. And I, get a pull on my enemies who I'm currently in close combat with. I just have to roll strength and presence. If I succeed, I spend an amount of legend, and that is the amount of a DV penalty that will be put upon the close combat opponents. But I have to succeed first.
You can do it.
Strength and present.
Use a virtue if you want.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna use conviction for this, because she's like, okay, we're out here doing this. We're fucking doing this. If I can roll, that would be phenomenal. There we go. 4.
Remember, you have to spend 1 legend point per 1 legend per point of DV penalty for this to be effective.
Yes.
And you can go up to 4.
Yes.
Okay. How many points of legend do you have left?
6.
Okay.
4, 5, 6, 7. So this is... Where's my presence? Okay. So first... Okay, so that's the strength and presence roll.
Okay, so it works.
And I believe I'm gonna spend 3. But I don't know what.
Okay, so that'll cut your legend down to 3. Your legend points.
Yes.
All right, so you're doing it on the 3 wolves then.
Yes.
Okay.
And that effect lasts for the rest of the combat scene.
Yep, gotcha.
Yeah. That's it.
Alrighty. Well, awesome. It is the wolves' turn now. We're gonna start with Coda's. What's your DV again?
Mine. Wait, does the 2 that I got from you, Oliver, still stay, or is it gone now?
They stay until the end of the combat. It's just as you continue to tick Valor away, it still diminishes it in the same way it would with your normal Valor. So it's still contributing to your total right now.
Okay, for the DV thing?
No, he's thinking about
Yeah.
he's thinking about his battle thing.
Okay. There was something where you gave me 2 points of DV, but I'm not sure if that still stays or not.
Did I? I don't think I did.
Okay.
Stuff that helps
You
me
use
when I get
untouchable
attacked in terms of DV.
You
Yeah,
used
you
untouchable opponent. That's not an Oliver thing. That's a you.
Oh, that's me. Oh, okay. So then
and I
it's-
believe that stays.
Okay, so that's still 9 then.
Okay.
Sweet gherkins.
Having seen how hard you are to hit, they are going to work together. But they're going to be at a disadvantage because birds.
Right.
Good job, Ian and Ian and Ian. And you too, Ian.
Gonna need a lot of shinies.
Cool. So we're gonna, I'm gonna do 1 roll because 2 are going to give bonuses to the other one.
Okay.
And and that one is also going to invoke its rapacity. That should give it a halfway decent die pool. Maybe they can finally beat your DV.
Just don't want to be hit. Is that all?
You
Is
may
that
not
too
have a
much to
choice.
ask?
You may not have a choice, boo boo. That is 17 dice.
Rude.
Oh, 2,
Goodness.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 successes.
Mm.
So they beat your DV by 2.
Yes.
Now, on the bright side, that doesn't up their damage. It just makes it easier for them to hit you.
Yeah.
What's your soak?
For lethal?
Yes.
2.
All right, so it goes from a 9 to a 7. Two, 3,
You're-
4, 5, 6. That'll be 6 lethal damage, Coda.
6 lethal damage.
How many health levels do you have?
That's the part I don't fully understand is health levels, but well, I haven't taken any damage at all. That's
You should have 7 total.
7 total, so then
Yeah, I think you get extra for like epic stamina.
oh yeah, no, I got none of that. So then I have 7.
I know as our
Okay.
legend increases, our health levels go up too, but
No, it's epic stamina 4+.
oh, okay.
All right, so you should be at a -4 to all of your rolls going forward, Coda.
Okay. Oh, that's how that works. Okay, cool. -4. That's not fun.
It is not. That is why combat is bad.
So were they just biting at me?
One of them bit you. Yes, the other 2 were kind of harrying you and kind of knocking you off balance, making it hard for you to stay focused.
Okay.
Um,
Amazing.
And while you were struggling to hold those 2 off, the third one darted in and took a big old chunk out of your leg.
Okay. Bet I know who I'm coming for.
All right, Oliver.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. 2, 3, 4, 5. What's your dodge? Or
9.
parry? Whatever. What is it?
Right now it is 9.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Neither of them managed to beat you.
I'm fighting with my head.
All right. That is the end of their round. Oliver, it is your turn.
Well, look around. Things are not going very well. And just begin to kind of mutter to myself, as wicked too as ever my mother brushed with raven's feather, an unwholesome fen drop on you, a southwest blow on you and blister you all over. And that's going to be my battle cry.
Okay.
Basically just gives all the enemies they lose 1 die from all their attack rolls for 4 rounds.
Okay.
And then...
I'm going to need you to track that for me because I will forget.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, I need to mark off the point of legend for that. Then I will turn to my friends. We need a way to deal with this quick and efficiently. And I'll kind of like pivot to the side. We need a way to get them back into the water.
I can't immediately think. I guess I could start throwing them.
Yeah, let's do that.
If you think that'll work. And in which case I will try to give Clint some command on that, on those rolls that he's going to be doing.
Okay. Make your roll.
All right, command plus, are we doing charisma still?
Yeah, let's do charisma.
That is not the bot channel. Uh, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus nothing. So 5 successes there. So I believe 2 extra dice for Clint, or 3 for rounding up or not.
3. We'll round up.
Woo! I'll take it.
Anything else?
No, that's about all I can do. I did my battle cry and then I split with a.
Oh, right.
normal.
You did the battle cry first. Got it. Clint, your turn.
All right. Clint would like to, looking at the nearest Fenris wolf, just at a glance, would it be possible to pick one of these things up? I have quite a bit of strength. Fairly confident in my capabilities on that regard, but is it possible?
I'm looking at your sheet. Hold on. Yeah, you could probably do it.
Cool. Clint would like to pick up and throw one of the wolves. That is the goal.
All right, you're gonna have to attempt a clinch roll first. Yeah.
I think that one's the tricky part because I don't have a lot of brawl, but I do have good other stuff. So I'm going to use the 3 dice. Can I tap into... Let's see.
Might I suggest you tap into courage?
Yeah, I think that's my best bet here. I used one earlier. Got one left. All right, yep. So I'll tap into courage. So that'll give me a 4 extra dice on this roll.
All right.
Is it?
Because you are attempting to grapple a car-sized wolf.
Yes.
And throw it. I'm going to call this a 2-die stunt.
I'll take it. That's a total of 10 dice then.
All right, their DV is currently lowered by 1, correct?
Sure hope so.
Yes, it is. And this one, are you going for one of the ones that's been injured?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so that's gonna lower it again. So its DV is 5. You have to beat a 5.
Cool. I don't know if this knack would matter, but as part of getting up an additional rank of epic strength, I went ahead and took Mighty Heave, which is effectively tripling the distance I can throw a heavy object as a feat of strength.
Yeah, that certainly applies.
Cool.
If you can clinch this and throw it, it's gonna go a long way.
Awesome. So we've got 1, 2, 3,
boy,
4, 5,
Clint.
6.
All right, so 6. You've certainly clinched it. It has a hold of you, and it is squirming and looks vaguely panicked. Now I would like you to roll me your strength plus your athletics.
Awesome.
Do my command dice apply here as well, or just for the first roll?
Just for the first roll.
Okay, that's fine.
Trust me, he'll be fine.
Athletics.
Yeah.
Yep.
Every bit helps.
That's 5. Do we include epics on this dice pool, or is that just going to be for the successes?
Your epics always just give you successes. They don't give you extra dice.
Thank you. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. And then
Very well done.
And then with and the crowd goes wild, any dice in athletics are considered automatic successes, but I think this is a feat of strength, right?
It's still an athletics roll, though.
All right.
Jesus Christ, that's an extra
additional.
3.
Yep.
So what's your total?
So we've got 5 just bonus plus the 3 original, so that's a total of 8.
All right, cool. Were you taking into account your negatives from your wounds?
Oh, that would be a -1 then.
Okay, so that's a 7 then.
Yep.
That's still ridiculous. Okay. So please describe what everybody sees, because this thing's gonna go sailing.
Yeah. So Clint just, for the moment, stabs his toothpick into the sand and bum rushes the damaged nearby friendless wolf. He tackles from the side, not really wrapping his arms around it because clearly it's too big, but gets a good firm hold on the fur, kind of lifts up, getting ready to suplex, and then starts to spin. As he spins, he builds up the speed, starts letting loose of the fur. As soon as he's lined up with the black inky water, he just lets loose at a nice sharp angle up into the air and puts a hand up to his forehead to see just how far it'll go.
You guys watch Clint bum rush this thing, wrap his arms around it, his hands grip into the fur, and he spins and he sends it sailing, and you all hear the yelp that leaves this animal's throat. It sounds like something a dog would let out, not a wolf. But yeah, just a full-on like, oh god, yelp, and then it goes sailing. I would like Clint.
Mm-hmm.
I would like you to roll. Let's go charisma and presence to see if you can use this to intimidate the wolves.
Absolutely. Can I tap into expression for this?
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I'm going to tap into it for 2 as Clint turns to look at the Fenris wolves, kind of rolls his shoulders, and all right, who's next?
Roll.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then an epic and charisma. That is a total of 7.
Holy shit. Okay. I am looking at their stuff. I don't think that they can withstand this, but goddamn, they're gonna try. Let's make that a wits and integrity. It's only 5 dice. Actually, I will give them a couple extra dice because Gwen is on the other side of this, and she's also very scary just on her own.
Just a little bit.
So they're going to roll a total of 7. They're getting 2 extra dice for the fact that they're not sure that they're willing to piss off Gwen.
Roll low.
That's only 3. They're more scared that Clint is going to throw them in the water, where y'all see a massive tentacle snap up out of the water and catch this wolf as it goes flying and then haul it under. And they all decide that they're far more scared of being thrown into the water where the tentacles are. And they begin to back up towards Gwen. Gwen, you hear in your head from Ivy, I think we should go.
Oh yeah, and it is my turn after this.
It is.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to get onto Ivy. I would like to... does Clint still have his spear in his hand, or is he just...
His spear's like shoved into the sand next to him. He could grab it easily if he needed to.
Cool. I'm gonna spend a point of willpower for overt order. And I would like to tell him to stab Oliver.
Ooh. Okay. Their roll with that?
No?
I don't want to.
Scion barks out a command that the target must obey. It costs 1 willpower, and the command must be one the Scion can give, and the victim can perform in a single action. Can interpret the command loosely to make it not directly suicidal, but not if all he's trying to do is keep out of trouble.
Okay. All right. Clint, make me a wits and integrity roll. You're going to have to follow the orders, but I want to see how to the letter you're going to follow them.
You got it. So 3 total.
3's not bad. So you have to follow her order. You have to. But you have just enough self-control that you think you can probably aim for an area that's not gonna do an excessive amount of damage. It's still gonna hurt, but you could probably make it non-lethal.
Yeah. Clint will definitely aim for something that is not a vein or something of particularly import. Definitely not like a joint either, because we don't want to have problems getting away.
All right. Gwen, are you and your forces withdrawing?
The zombies are staying, but the wolves are being given the order to retreat.
Okay.
Was her command to Clint verbal, or is like a telepathic thing?
It's verbal.
Verbal.
Okay, so I know that's coming.
You know
yeah.
it's coming. And you can see Clint reaching for his spear. As the wolves and Gwen dart off into the distance, the zombies continue to close in. All right. Coda.
Coda.
Your turn. There are 12 zombies closing in on you.
Zombies. Okay. She is gonna call out because she's ready to just go fight the zombies, but she's gonna call out to Oliver. Do you think you can handle the whole getting stabbed bit?
I'll try.
Okay, I'm gonna fight these things, and she's gonna.
Wait, better idea.
Huh?
As a reflex, can I do something?
What are you trying to do?
I'm just going to give her a very small item.
No, because you'd have to pull it out of your pocket or out of your bag or whatever.
Okay, that's fine.
Cool. I am going in swinging to fight, to slash at some zombies.
Slashing at the boys?
Slashing at the boys. I would like to use conviction because she's just like, I'm just doing this. Like, yeah. That's
How many zombies are there?
12, I think.
12,
Yeah.
okay.
Ouch. Well, I still have 1 valor left.
Also, keep in mind you have a minus.
Yeah. That's why I want to use my thingy-majigs. I think I'm going to do conviction because I haven't used that yet.
Okay. Well, they only have 1 dodge DV.
They
So
are zombies.
they are zombies. This is not going to be difficult to hit them.
Oh. See, I was hearing like Viking and all this stuff. Okay.
Well, yeah, because that's like the time period and whatever that she's like that her pantheon is from. So they look like they belong to her pantheon.
Okay. I was just being cautious. Yeah, I'll go swinging. I will not use my virtues then. I will hold on to that. And that is... Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5.
I think you forgot to subtract from your total number of dice. How'd you get to 11?
Because I was at my first roll. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7.
We could just take the last 4 off. It's fine. That still gives you 3 successes.
Okay, so then that is 3.
That's 2 on top of your damage roll.
Are we treating the zombies as extras?
Oh no, that's fair. So they just go down.
Yeah, I assume. Well,
harder.
so what is the total raw damage?
Well, we haven't rolled that yet, sweetheart. I don't know.
Well, raw damage is number of dice.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay. So that is the 6 lethal. Dex is 4.
I mean, she does more than they have total
6,
health
7.
levels anyway.
6, 10,
Well, so
13. And then minus the 4 would be 9.
Yep. And divide by 3, yeah, that kills him.
Yep. So you take out one of the zombies.
Amazing.
All right.
That's just what she's going to be doing.
Okay. Oliver, would you like to do anything in preparation for the stabbing you're about to get?
I'm gonna look at Clint and be like, don't know if this is gonna work, but I would like to point out, Clint, that she said to stab me. She didn't say with what, and I'm gonna hold out my thumb and index finger out to him in roughly the size of a toothpick and try to use this as a command roll for him.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, sure, but this is going to be contested.
Okay.
I would like you to roll charisma and command. I would like Termite to roll. Let's go. Charisma and command, but you can add your legend rating.
Even though it is an epic manipulation knack.
Oh, well then, yeah, let's do manipulation and command.
Can I use an intellect virtue for this?
You could absolutely do that.
I'm going to do that. Cool. I am also going to use my War Master's sight. Don't have a lot of legend points left, but we'll use 2.
You got this, Oliver. Pretty good chance.
Wow. But you have epic manipulation, don't you?
Yeah, that is still 5, or that is 6 successes.
Right. I am rolling 11 dice here.
on, Oliver.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a tie. Tie goes to the PC. All right. Clint, you are reaching for your spear, and Oliver, thinking on his feet, makes it clear that he wants you to turn your spear into its toothpick form before you stab him.
I think that's a real bright idea.
All right. So here's what's going to happen. You are still going to stab him.
Yes.
However, it is going to be bashing, and you do not get any bonuses to the damage roll from the spear. So it's just going to be your dex plus your strength.
It's effectively like I'm punching him with something in my fist, right?
Effectively, yeah.
Yeah, I gotcha. With that in mind.
Yes, you have to put force behind it.
I got you there, but if it's too small to be used as a melee weapon, would I be using brawling?
No.
Okay.
Nice try, though.
It still might hurt then. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It'll hurt a lot less, and it'll be bashing, so it's not going to take nearly as long to recover from. That was what I was concerned about.
I'm fine with my head.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Yeah, that's 7.
Oh, Jesus.
The epics?
That's before epics. That is
9,
with
11?
epic. Yeah, 11 because of, yep.
I'll get dropped down to 3.
Oh.
Awesome. So you take 3 levels of bashing damage.
That's okay.
Well, that was just a hit.
Yeah,
that's fair. That is just a hit. Let's roll your damage.
What's your DV there, friendo? How do you
I think the 3 is what's left after his DV.
Gotcha. So the 3 dice and then strength and dex. So that's 9 dice.
Minus Oliver's bashing soak.
Oh, right. I have soak. I've never had to use this.
What's your soak?
3. So drop down 3.
And then -1 for my damage penalty. So we're down to 5. So it's still 3 bashing damage.
3 plus the epics.
Oh, shit. So
that's 7.
That's 7 bashing damage.
That's all of my health bracket. It's bashing. It's bashing, so I'm not down.
Oliver does everything in his power to decrease how bad this is gonna hurt, and Clint hits him in the shoulder, and it still knocks him off his feet, and Oliver is laying dazed in the sand. And that is where we're gonna call it for the evening.
I'm sorry.
Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a fantastic premiere. We hope you guys had as much fun as we did, and we will see you back on Friday.